First impressions really do count when searching for a new home in the country.
It looks like a house you might draw, really, doesn't it?
It does.
And particularly property exteriors that immediately draw you in.
It's a smiley house.
What do you mean?
Well, it makes you smile, doesn't it?
Oh, that's lovely.
But we can't overlook the importance of a warm welcome inside too.
I could see us sitting here on a cold night.
Yeah, we'd find so many rooms to sit in, we needn't even talk to each other.
Today we're escaping to Northumbria. Once an important kingdom in the early Middle Ages, the modern-day region includes the most northerly county in England, home to some truly epic vistas and plenty of elbow room.
Northumberland isn't the least populated county in the UK, but it is in England. So for anyone looking to make an English escape that involves serenity, sparsity and a landscape with a view that speaks for itself, well, Northumberland is a pretty good place to start.
Lying in northeast England and bordering Scotland, the modern region of Northumbria encompasses the historic counties of County Durham, known simply as Durham, and Northumberland, where 97% of the land is classed as rural.
Northumberland's an amazing county. It's full of beautiful castles, beaches, the roads are empty, it's not overpopulated, it's an amazing place to live. The people are super friendly.
Locally quarried stone is used in much of the architecture here, showcased beautifully in the village of Corbridge. Once a little town supplying food and provisions to the Romans, it remains a popular place full of charming independent shops.
I like the fact that it's so rural, but there's so much to do. So one minute you can be in a city, or the next you could be up on Hadrian's Wall having a walk through the mud, and it's just lovely to be outside.
Whether ancient settlers, baby boomers, Gen Xers or millennials, Northumbria continues to hold great appeal as somewhere to set down roots.
Family comes first is the main reason for this escape, because today's couple are understandably fed up of making the 8-hour round trip to see their son in Newcastle. To them, the solution is simple: move closer and call in the experts to help. That's us, by the way.
Hi, we're Alan and Rosie. We've been married for nearly 50 years, and as you can see, there's a slight height difference between the pair of us.
We spent most of our married life in a 17th century cottage in the country, and then we moved here 9 years ago, closer to the town. As we've decided that we're going to make that move to be nearer to our son, we thought if we're moving, we may as well get back to living in the country again.
Northampton's a great place for being connected to the rest of the country, but this is a footpath that we often walk the dogs along, and as you can see, the motorway is quite busy. We'd just love to get back to the countryside again so that we can enjoy
Peace and quiet.
peace and quiet, but also enjoy things like, being able to go bird watching easily. We've done all sorts of things in the past, like beekeeping and keeping chickens, and we've done a lot of rural things in the past.
The good life. We went through very much the good life in our younger days.
Although in a different phase of their life now, they are looking forward to shaking things up again.
I'm hoping that with moving up into a completely new area, that there's going to be lots of exciting new things to do, people to see, and places to go.
Yeah, we're getting older, but there's still things we want to do.
Yeah.
Rosie and Alan have £550,000 to spend on their new home. They'd love a detached property with at least 2 bedrooms and potentially a small project. A good garden is a must for them and the dogs, as is off-road parking and a garage. They want to live in a village community that's no more than 30 minutes from their son Paul in Newcastle.
When Rosie and Alan and the dogs move up here, hopefully to one of the houses that we find them, they really are going to have the best of both worlds. Moving closer to family and moving to this absolutely glorious county. Even in the rain, it's beautiful.
But before the house hunting gets underway, I think it's best if we all meet up to get to know one another.
Rosie and Alan, I can see why you want to move here.
Whenever we've been up here, we've absolutely loved it. You know, it's quite an unknown part of the country for us, and so, yeah, it's lovely.
So this big shift for the two of you in lifestyle, closer to your son, moving to a new county, how do you think it's going to change your lives and your daily lives?
Well, we're hoping it'll make us young again, but we're pushing a luck, I think, on that one.
I'm hoping it's going to be a more relaxed life. People seem very friendly, so we're hoping we're going to sort of, after a few weeks, months, we're going to slot in, have a new social life.
So tell me the situation with your current property.
We would like something pretty quickly. We've got a buyer for our house at the moment. Naturally, the buyer would like to be in.
OK, so all we need then is to find you the right house right now, and I think we better get going.
Yeah,
Yes,
great.
Our Northumbrian property search starts in the Durham village of Medhamsley, a 30-minute drive southwest of Newcastle in one direction and around 5 miles from the North Pennines in the other. A former mining village, Medhamsley has 2 dog-friendly pubs that both serve food and host quizzes, charity nights and live music. A residents' association organises events for the whole community and keeps the communal spaces well presented.
Here we are, property number 1. What do you think?
Well, it looks very nice from the outside.
Very nice, yeah, lovely.
I
Very
like
nice.
the clad bit at the front, the clad
Isn't it
porch.
gorgeous, isn't it? The clad porch.
Yeah, it's nice. Looks substantially built, I think, is
Yes.
probably the way to...
Yes.
OK, so I think
Okay.
we should have a look inside,
Right.
shouldn't we?
Thought to have been the old pit manager's house, this detached stone cottage dates back to around 1850. But it has been extended over the years and now provides a range of versatile living areas. We're starting with a dining and sitting room to the front of the home.
I think this is a gorgeous welcome to this house.
It is.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like this. I like the feel of this room.
You like the height?
I like the height, yeah. Plenty of light through the windows. Yeah, it's nice. It's good.
Yeah.
I like the floors.
What are you thinking, Rosie? You're taking it all
I'm
in.
taking it all in.
Any thoughts?
No, not yet. I haven't seen enough to
I
have
thought
any
you'd
thought.
say that.
Very
But it's
important.
dining area that I'm a little concerned about.
Ah, OK. Well, I think this... Yeah, there are plenty of options here. Let's just say that.
Thank you.
Let's see.
This flexible space sits in the centre of the property, with further separate reception areas to either side, which include a study and the main sitting room.
Oh, this is nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this. Is cosy. Got a nice little feast in the fireplace. Excellent. I could see us being here and sitting here on a cold night.
Yeah, we find so many rooms to sit in, we needn't even talk to each other.
Moving to the back of the property, we find the kitchen. It has been stylishly renovated and features a breakfast bar, contemporary ceiling lanterns and bifold doors to the garden.
Oh, that's nice.
Have a look at this.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
this is
Yes.
lovely.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, flooring's great.
Yes.
Very dog-friendly flooring for a start.
Yes, yes, it is.
And it's just got that nice brightness to it. This is exactly the sort of place we like. I like this little bar here as well.
Is this you settling into a space?
No, it's me wondering whether there's going to be enough flow of work surface for us.
I can tell when she's thinking deeply. She goes quiet and calculates, and I think, oh, what's going on now?
But I'm taking that as a good sign, because I think if you're
yes.
thinking deep, you're thinking, how could I live here?
Well, that's right, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I think I would know that if Rosie had thought this is not the place for me, we'd have known by now.
If there were any lingering concerns about workspace, there is a solution. A door from the kitchen leads to a large family room with more kitchen units and seating, ideal for entertaining.
This house is very generous with its lounge areas.
Yeah, it certainly is. And nice high ceilings in here as well.
So
Love
this
that.
is sort of like a combined utility room, sort of snug,
Pretty much.
Yeah,
or
or entertaining area.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Really. It's not my type of thing, but I quite like it.
There's plenty of space there. You were concerned about the dining area at the
Yes.
front. I mean, this could be an option.
This could be.
It could
yes,
be.
could be indeed.
Yeah, yeah.
All these places could
Although
be.
I like this as it is, as a seating sort of.
This would be-
We're used to a snug where we live now.
I think it's time for you to be set free, to go and roam this house on your own. Have a look upstairs and I'll see you outside.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Head out that way.
When it comes to bedrooms, there are 4 in total here, including one on the ground floor, as well as a useful shower room.
Oh, a downstairs bedroom, that's quite handy.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Future-proofing a little bit for us, isn't it?
Next door in the study, a second staircase leads up to a room in the eaves in use as a den.
Oh, now that one, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
Oh,
There, I've got to be careful of my head for height here.
yeah, it's just a storage, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a.
Yeah.
You'd find a use for it.
The main staircase, back in the centre of the house, leads up to a spacious family bathroom and the 3 remaining bedrooms, all of which are comfortable doubles.
Goodness, the main bedroom.
Yes.
Again, lovely window.
Plenty of room for wardrobes, isn't
Yes,
there?
yeah.
There's good sounds coming from up there. I think that they're really taking to this house. Definitely cast the net wide with this property. Lots to offer. But I'm wondering if it might be a bit too much for them.
Another big room.
Yes, that's nice big.
Again, with lots
Bedroom.
of storage. And I do like the big windows.
Yes.
Makes a
There's a
big-
lot going for it.
Has got a lot going for it.
And there's a lot going on outside as well. Out here we find a large level patch of lawn, a double garage, several seating areas and a couple of outbuildings.
Look at this.
Now, this is good.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, I like this.
Trouble is, we'd never use the rooms in the house, would we?
Yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah,
We like a good summer house.
yes.
Complete with a WC, it's another additional living area in this substantial home.
There you are.
Yes.
Had a good look around.
There are so many rooms.
Yeah, it's endless surprises, I think.
Yeah, and I think the garden would be big enough.
How much do you think this property is on offer for?
I would think probably about £500,000.
I think I'd go a bit higher than that. I think I'd go 525.
Well, I've got to say, this first one goes to you. You are spot on.
Oh,
However,
lucky one,
that
wasn't
said, you were also right. It has dropped in price by £25,000. So it's been on offer for 4 months.
Right.
And the current price is £500,000.
Goodness me, that's excellent.
Under budget at £500,000, this detached stone cottage has a number of living areas, 4 double bedrooms and a good-sized garden with 2 high-spec outbuildings that offer yet more entertaining space. It lies in a well-served village and is just a 30-minute drive from their son in Newcastle.
pleasantly surprised, really.
You're pleasantly surprised. I'm even go a little bit more. I'm quite enthusiastic.
It could work for us very well.
Yeah. Obviously, there would be some things that we'd make alterations to. But I think you'd need to live in somewhere like this for a start, get the feel of it, and then make the alterations later.
It feels very comfortable, doesn't it?
I feel surprised that it is so comfortable. It feels like a home. It's a good feel, yeah, a really good feel.
The market town of Holtwhistle in the Tyne Valley is nestled between the Northumberland National Park and the North Pennine area of outstanding natural beauty. It's renowned as the exact geographical centre of Britain.
I came to Haltwhistle for the beautiful walks, the countryside. We're literally 1.5 miles, 2 miles from Hadrian's Wall. And of course, the community is fantastic, you know. Everyone's welcome, lovely people, and smashing place to live.
The town has a range of independent shops which give the high street its own special identity. It's also a well-connected location with 2 trains an hour running between here and Newcastle, a journey which takes a little under an hour. Carlisle can be reached by rail in 30 minutes. But walking is the reason why so many people flock here. So we're sending Rosie and Alan for a stroll around Caulfield Quarry, just 2 miles outside of the town. They're meeting local Catriona Mulligan, who is a passionate champion for her hometown.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It is, on every sort of weather, even with, you know, the mist today.
I hear Haltwhistle has a walking festival, and you are the lady who actually runs this. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. There's been a walking festival here in Haltwhistle for 20 years, and we run the festival for 10 days at the end of April to the beginning of May. We've got at least 3 walks and events each day. Shorter ones, longer length, and very often special interest walks as well, looking at mosses and lichens, or fungi, or archaeology, and they tend to be at a slow pace as well. A very popular bird watching walk,
yeah.
And of course they manage to cover about 1.5 miles in about 4 hours.
Caulfield Quarry is a great place to begin an exploration of Hadrian's Wall. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the stone fortification runs 73 miles across the width of England and was built to guard the Roman Empire to the south.
Hadrian arrived here in AD 120 and said, "This is where I'm going to build my wall." It was built in 6 years. It's quite phenomenal.
Especially with the accuracy of some of these things.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And they had no dynamite. You know, this was hewn and chipped. All these stones, they're all faced by hand. So this would be a hive of industry. There would be lots and lots of people working here, hauling stones, using block and tackle to live. When you're looking from the north, it would be pretty intimidating because you've got the cliff, you've got Hadrian's Wall that's 20 feet, and then you'd have a Roman soldier on top of that. So they were about saying, we're in charge. And they certainly were. This was a military zone. You could not pass through without laying down your arms. You'd come through here, through a mile castle, you'd lay down your arms and you would pay a fee. So they were certainly controlling what became their northern boundary.
Fortunately, outsiders get a much warmer welcome from the locals these days, as they will continue to discover when our adventure here starts again in the morning.
Rosie and Alan are a couple who really know what they want, but today I want to put that to the test. As I show them more of this brilliant county, I'm really interested to discover how they're going to react to more of a community feel and just how big their vision really is.
We're beginning our day in Northumberland, in the rural village of Longhurst, a couple of miles northeast of the town of Morpeth, and not too far from the coast. The closest amenities can be found in Pegswood, where there's a bakery, a doctor's surgery, and a supermarket, as well as a mainline train station. On a direct route to Newcastle, a single journey takes about half an hour, with advance tickets costing less than £10. A few minutes away by car, our next viewing is centrally located in Longhurst.
So this is the next property we want to show you.
Yeah?
It looks sound.
It looks sound.
Sound, okay.
It's quite an imposing, solid building, isn't it?
Yes.
It looks like a house you might draw, really, doesn't it?
It does, but it looks interesting.
I think this house will surprise you. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So let's
Okay.
get started.
Thanks.
Built in 1945, this detached house was constructed with the local stone that is typical across the region.
Right, let's come into this lounge.
Right.
Okay, first thoughts.
Love the floor.
Yes.
Like the boards, they've been done beautifully. And it's a big room, it's lovely.
Nice height ceilings.
Yeah,
there.
nice height ceiling.
You get the light coming all the way through here.
Yeah.
Lovely windows. You've got a great view where you're sitting and relaxing. You've got your wood burner, so it's quite
Yes.
cosy and a nice feature.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a nice wood burner. They're lovely things.
Beyond the living room, at the back of the house, there's a large and light dining room, plus a utility and useful cloakroom. Then to the other side of the hallway, we come to the kitchen breakfast room.
Nice little breakfast table there.
Yes.
That's nice, yes. Nice position.
Nice surprise.
So in terms of this kitchen, the style, the amount of surface area, the flow, how are you feeling?
I feel it's a little bit limited for surface.
It's workable, it's very workable, isn't
and
it?
it's got plenty of cupboard space.
And then you've got a pantry over there and...
Oh, a pantry.
Oh, pantry.
Yes.
No, we
Oh, that talking. Oh! This could be the determining factor on a
Pantry. Doesn't matter about anything else.
I'm leaving the couple to explore the upstairs at their leisure, which includes a smart family shower room and 3 bedrooms, a single and 2 doubles.
the main bedroom.
Yeah,
Nice and big, bright window.
yeah,
Again, all these lovely floorboards.
yeah, yeah, very nice.
Second bedroom, yeah. That's big enough. Double bed,
Yeah,
space for a guest room.
and it's got wardrobes, so if it
Wardrobes
was a
in
guest
already.
room, that'd be plenty.
Outside, there's a huge lawn edged with mature shrubs, plus a handy outbuilding and garage, both built from the same stone as the house. Then we come to something that wasn't on Rosie and Alan's wish list.
I promised you a little extra with this house.
Yes.
It's not a little extra, it comes with a whole second house.
Right.
Come on, let me show you more.
I know they're definitely up for a project, and in my mind, this 2-bedroom annex could be just the thing to keep them busy.
Now, this surprised even me.
It certainly
It's certainly a surprise.
Yes.
All this space, you've got a lovely open plan, kitchen, lounge area. You could let this make a bit of extra income.
It's certainly something to think about.
Why don't you have a little wander round,
We'll do that.
and then I'm going to meet you back out there because, of course, we still have to discuss how much this property's on the market for.
This is a difficult one.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look through here. Okay.
That's
It's a nice,
really nice.
really nice little bedroom.
Yeah. It's deceptively large,
It's not a so
actually.
little bedroom,
No,
is
it
it?
isn't. Oh, it's got their own little garden as well.
Yeah.
And upstairs is a second bedroom.
Another little room.
Right, another ensuite.
Yeah.
It's a surprise, isn't it? It's a surprise.
It is a surprise, yeah.
With the tour finally complete, it's about time we talked cash.
How much do you think this property is on the market for?
I think £450,000.
Okay.
I would go £425,000.
That is very interesting. Tells me a lot about what you know about the market here and your thoughts about this property, because this property is on for £550,000.
Goodness. We don't know much
We don't know much about the area.
Well, you'll find that the closer you get to the coast, the property prices are higher, and that's reflected here.
With a price tag of £550,000, this attractive 1940s detached stone property may be at the top of their budget, but it offers 2 reception rooms, 3 bedrooms, a large garden, and the additional bonus of a 2-bed annex. It's within the requested commute to Newcastle and close to the coast.
The house is beautiful. It's been sympathetically refurbed by the people who are here at the moment, and all credit to them because it's been beautifully done to a high standard.
It was a surprise to see the extra building, and it's beautifully done, but I don't feel that we would actually get the benefit from it.
I don't think we would use the annex as a let. It would be something this property is offering that our lifestyle we wouldn't use.
From its breathtaking interior to its raw and rugged coastline, there's much to inspire a move to Northumbria. And if the region is calling you, it's good news when it comes to property prices. Detached homes in Northumberland sell for an average of just over £322,000, with County Durham lower still at around £210,000. And both those figures are way under the UK average. Estate agent Caroline Scott has advice for those wanting to move here.
Drive round the areas, because everybody thinks we're quite a small area. You've got to get in the car, have a really good drive around, find out where all your local amenities are. If you need schools, check out the schools, and just get your feet on the ground.
Get to know this county.
Exactly, exactly.
But what's the property market like here?
Round here, we're still very buoyant. Countryside, rural, coastal, definitely you are looking at probably having to have a higher budget, whereas if you were looking closer into the town centres, although it's handy for commuting, people definitely do seem to be wanting to put their money more into rural and coastal properties.
What would you say makes Northumberland so special?
The people. We have such friendly, outgoing people in Northumbria and across the Cumbria as well.
I have to agree with you, definitely the people, and it's pretty gorgeous as well.
And choosing to buy in a Northumbrian village is a good way to become immersed in community life. How about this 4-bedroom semi-detached property? On the market for £290,000. It's a cosy home that has an upside-down layout. Over the border in County Durham, this 3-bedroom detached brick and render bungalow has a price tag of £350,000 and comes with a huge, well-established garden. But you don't have to live here to enjoy this glorious region. From £90 a night, you could stay in one of these well-appointed holiday huts within a working farm. Located in the North Pennines area of outstanding natural beauty, which has some of the darkest skies in the country, it's an ideal place for a spot of stargazing. For our mystery property, we're heading to Ryton Village in Tyne and Wear, the closest location to our house hunter's family. It's a pretty place on the outskirts of Ryton town, so has excellent access to all the essentials. Community spirit thrives here, and the pub on the village green is even owned by the locals. So we're stopping by to get the lowdown about village life from landlord Mick Rolfs.
Really intrigued to learn more about this community pub concept. What is it and what's your role here?
A couple of years ago, this place was sitting empty, it was up for sale. Looked like it was going to get developed. So a few members of the community kind of got together to campaign for it to remain a pub, whatever happens to it. If it changes hands, whatever, it needs to remain a pub. But then it still sat empty. So then they looked at, it was happening around the country, villagers buying the locals. So that's what they did. There's over 400 people actually own a piece of this pub.
That's amazing. So it's like crowdfunding for the pubs.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Were you a local? Pride?
Yes. Not all my life. No. My wife Hannah grew up here, so when we were looking to settle down, that's how we came to Ryton.
Since then, what's it like, interacting with your owners, 400 plus locals?
It's great. There's a committee of 11, 12 who are responsible for the shareholders, so that's who we kind of interact with directly. But obviously then, we see the shareholders every day, We have like a number of community-based activities that are on. There's yoga, we put on comedy nights, open mic nights, we have gigs on, there's a community cinema, there's all sorts, there's book clubs.
Sounds great.
There's a club for everything, there's a whiskey club.
Well, what would you say have been the key ingredients for how you've interacted with everyone?
I just love beer.
That is the key to running a successful pub, right? You've got to love your beer.
Yeah.
And the great thing is, I'm going to be showing you two a property right here on this village green.
Oh my goodness.
I know, and we don't often get to do that, so I'm quite excited. It is our mystery house. I'm going to wander off, get the property ready, and then see you two in a few minutes. If you have a bit more time getting to know more about the community pub.
Yes.
It's Mystery House.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Right in the heart of what sounds like a wonderful village, proudly sits the final property in our lineup.
Now, I didn't want to give too much away, but while we were sitting there at the pub, over Rosie and Alan's shoulder, I could see the Mystery House. It's right here.
This beautiful, detached Grade 2 listed Georgian property is packed with history. In the 1800s, it was used as a penny bank where local miners could save their money. This is one of my favourite things. I love a window seat and a chance to just sit down and watch the world go by. Heaven. But with Rosie and Alan en route, it's time to get back to work. That's the pub we were sitting at just there, and this is the Mystery House. Come and take a look.
It's a smiley house.
What do you mean?
Well, it makes you smile, doesn't it?
Oh, that's lovely. These are my favourite properties to show. I love the grandeur of a Georgian house.
Certainly different to anything we've ever seen or lived in before.
And that is why I love the Mystery House.
Blimey. It is a bit of a blimey house, isn't it?
Just wait till you see what's inside. They are up for a small project, and being custodians of this exceptional house dating to 1750 might keep them busier than they imagined, if they're up for the challenge. This lovely Georgian living room.
It certainly is.
Look at the proportions.
Yeah, look at that fireplace.
I know.
Amazing. Plenty of light in it for during the day, and in the evenings, yeah, it'd be an extremely cosy room to be in. I can see exactly sort of things that I'd want to do in this room, really. It'd be a great project.
Rosie, your mouth's open. You're taking What's going on in your head?
I am just dumbfounded by what I would have to do with it. Take a lot to make the curtains. I do sew and I do make curtains. I've never made any on this scale before.
Well, let's see if once you've seen some more, you start to fall in love and it becomes a labour of love, perhaps. Yeah. Come on. Across the entrance hall lies a formal dining room. Beyond that, there's an additional eating area right next to the recently modernised kitchen. And then just off the kitchen, yet another little room. This one's more like a TV room at the moment, or snug.
This is lovely.
It is lovely.
I do like this room.
So this was obviously a new extension, was it, do you think?
You spotted the special thing about this property, because you see that door over there?
Yeah.
There's even more to this house. More? Yes. So it comes with what could be a separate cottage, and at the moment it's rented out, but as you can see there's a connecting door. So you could just make it part of the whole property.
All right.
And so this connects the two.
So
I'm hearing more encouraging noises from you now. Warming to it?
Yeah, warming to it, yeah.
No, I'm pleasantly surprised with this.
So take that energy with you.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Thank you very much.
Off you go.
Thank you.
I'll see you later. This is the thing with the Mystery House. It really makes you work, and it's making them think about what they really, really want and what they're willing to do to get it. Up on the first floor, there's an impressive family bathroom and two of the property's 3 bedrooms.
Oh, big room.
Oh, that's a nice size.
Impressive windows. This window is just stunning, isn't it?
It is. So it's lovely to be able to see out to the village green.
You'll be able to see the pub from here.
Yeah. Yes, another nice room.
Much bigger than you think it is.
Nice window seat.
Yeah. Fireplace.
Yep.
Make a feature of that.
The largest bedroom is up on the second floor.
And this is a surprise as well, isn't it?
Excellent.
But you've still got plenty of light coming in on that.
Yeah, plenty of light.
But this tour is not over yet. I know there was a lot to see in there, but we've got all of this to explore as well, and I can't wait to show you.
I didn't realise this.
You can. Bet you weren't expecting this.
Certainly not.
No, wow.
So that door there
is
the one that comes through.
Correct.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I see now.
Upstairs you've got 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And the current rental income is £650 a month.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
This is almost big enough for us to live in.
Well, let's head outside, see the garden and the outside area,
Okay.
figure out how much this would cost. After you. The lawned, south-facing garden is a good size with lots of mature plants.
Well, this mystery house certainly has a lot to offer, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Taking everything into consideration, how much do you think this property is worth?
I think it would be above our budget. I think it would probably be £575,000.
Alan?
I'll be optimistic and I'll say 560.
Okay. Well, the good news is this is on at £550,000, so it's at the top of your budget, but you could afford it.
It is a beautiful, beautiful house, and its potential for being stunning is really there. It's just a case, I think, with us, is would it be a bit too big for two of us? So I think that's what we need to think over with this one.
At £550,000, this Grade 2 listed detached Georgian property is an elegant proposition with gorgeous original features. It's a spacious home spread over 3 floors with 3 bedrooms. The attached 2-bed annex could easily be incorporated into the main house if required. Located in the heart of a thriving village, it's also within easy reach of Newcastle.
The location of this property on the village green and everything else around it is just fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better location.
Property has got a huge amount of opportunity. It does need to have a little bit of TLC on a few aspects, and it's a case of, do we feel up to doing that amount of work?
My heart says this would be fantastic, it's just what we want. But I had to engage my head on this occasion, and my head says, don't be silly. It needs somebody special to bring out the best in this, and we're not perhaps those special people.
One of the best things about house hunting in the countryside is the incredible unspoilt scenery you get to take in when travelling around. Whilst in the region, I couldn't miss up the opportunity to head into the Northumberland National Park to enjoy its natural beauty and meet Visitor Development and Tourism Officer Duncan Wise, who's been lucky enough to call this his office for 22 years.
Duncan, thank you for meeting me here. Standing up here, looking at this view, I feel like I've got like 3 or 4 different types of weather I'm looking at, different vistas. This is fantastic. What's it like working here?
It's a real privilege, to be honest. Northumberland has a wild beauty associated with it, and it's often called a land of the far horizon, and from here it's not difficult to see why.
And being a protected landscape, what does it take to stay protected, and what can people do to contribute towards that?
Well, this is a very sensitive landscape, and we work very much closely with local landowners and farmers and other agencies to keep it special. But there's a role that visitors can play as well in terms of just looking after the landscape, not dropping litter, making sure that they're just taking photographs and leaving nothing but footprints. We want to develop tourism in a way that is sustainable.
Well, it's not just this beautiful landscape in the daytime. It's quite special at night as well, isn't it? Tell me about the Dark Skies initiative.
Well, we have so little light pollution here. Most of the light pollution tends to come from towns and cities and larger conurbations away to the east of us or to the west of us. But between those areas, you have this area of basically unspoilt countryside and unspoilt sky. On a clear night, you can look up into the night sky and see more than 2,000 stars. You can even see the Milky Way really clearly from this location.
This is quite unique, not just for the UK, but I understand across Europe, this place.
I think so. We have what's called a gold tier dark sky park, international dark sky park, and it recognises the pristine nature of the dark skies that we have here. And yes, we certainly can celebrate the fact that we were England's first international dark sky park, and at the time Europe's international dark sky park.
That must be so special, just being out here at night. And I think the most stars I ever saw was down in South Africa, travelling there in the middle of the vast plains. So to be able to do that in England,
yes.
Must be amazing.
It is, and I think that wow factor we see certainly children when they're looking through a telescope for the very first time, seeing the rings of Saturn or seeing the Andromeda galaxy, they're blown away.
So for the ordinary person who's going to come up here and discover Northumberland and then want to experience the dark skies, what's the best way to do that?
Well, we're very fortunate here. We have 4 observatories here in the Dark Sky Park, including Kielder Observatory, which is a fantastic observatory running nearly 700 events a year. Or you can just literally step out of your front door, move away from street lighting, and just to enjoy the night sky.
You have a wonderful job. I can see why you've been doing it for 22 years. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
It's the end of a long week here in Northumberland, and now it's time to find out what Rosemary and Alan are going to do next. Hello, you two. So, what's this experience been like for you?
I think you've opened our eyes to properties we wouldn't have looked at otherwise. Yeah, we've looked at some completely different things, and that's been great, really good. The weather is beautiful.
The weather has been glorious. We've experienced everything. We've had sun, rain, wind, and plenty of beauty.
Yeah.
What factors have been coming into play for you as we've looked around?
Possibly the fact that we'd like a property that would be easily made ours, so that we have time to actually explore all this wonderful area. That's quite important, really.
So, have any of our properties come up top trumps?
This is the first house. The first house, we liked it immediately. We went into it, and we would certainly like to see it again. And if it's right, then I think we'll try and move on with that one.
Good do.
So good news.
You seem very keen, but I sense some hesitancy from you, Rosie.
I'm still not 100% sure how I could manipulate the downstairs to be the usable space that I would like it. But it's worth looking at again.
So, all going well, if you go back and have another look, could this be the house for you?
It could be.
I think it could be. Yeah, I think it could be.
Yes, yeah, you're particularly keen, aren't you?
I am keen, yeah, I'm keen on that one.
So we'll see.
Well, make sure you let us know what you decide and
Absolutely.
if you go ahead. And I can't wait to hear that you've settled down and enjoying the community out here. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really do wish Rosie and Alan all the best with their second viewing of property number 1. And I'm really excited for the start of this new chapter for them in this beautiful county that offers them everything they've been looking for. I'll see you next time on Escape to the Country. The couple did return to our first property in Durham, and the second viewing won Rosie over. So much so that they decided to put in an offer, which I'm delighted to reveal was accepted. We're thrilled for them and hope they'll be very happy in their new Northumbrian home. If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.